Imagine spending 8 hours every day at work and returning home with nothing but exhaustion, no spiritual reward, no inner peace, just the weight of worldly concerns. Now imagine transforming those same hours into something meaningful, where every moment becomes an opportunity for growth and blessing. This is not a fantasy, it's a reality available to anyone willing to shift their perspective and intentions. When we pursue our daily livelihood, we often forget that earning a living need not disconnect us from our spiritual purpose. The beauty of faith lies in its ability to permeate every aspect of our existence, including our professional lives. As we work in our offices, markets, farms, or businesses, our tongues can remain moist with remembrance of the divine. This constant awareness serves as a lifeline for our hearts, preventing them from drowning in worldly attachments. Consider someone who spends long hours at work without a single thought of their Creator, even if they commit no obvious sins. The continuous immersion in permissible worldly matters gradually hardens the heart. But when we maintain spiritual awareness throughout our workday, our hearts remain alive, vibrant, and connected to their true purpose. This remembrance does more than preserve our hearts. It reminds us that we are being watched. When we internalize this awareness, we become trustworthy in our positions, honest in our dealings, and compassionate in our interactions. Divine consciousness becomes the greatest aid in fulfilling our responsibilities. Success and provision often flow more freely when we align our work with higher principles. Even in times of conflict and difficulty, we are encouraged to remain steadfast through spiritual awareness. This practice grounds us, helping us navigate challenges with clarity and strength rather than becoming lost in anxiety and worldly concerns. Why do we see corruption, theft, dishonesty, and negligence in workplaces today? Because people have lost this sense of accountability. When someone truly believes they will answer for their deeds, even in their job, they cannot accept bribes, cheat in their work, or deceive in their trade. They remain upright in their conduct, whether buying, selling, or fulfilling their professional duties. Society can only be reformed through this divine watchfulness and consciousness, not through external regulations alone. Our tradition emphasizes dignity in labor, even in the most humble professions. We are taught that gathering firewood to sell is superior to begging from others, whether they give or refuse. This teaches us that earning through effort, even if difficult, is preferable to the humiliation of asking. Begging creates dependency, attaches the heart to what others possess, and weakens reliance on the divine. When someone neglects to seek their provision and then faces hardship, they may develop resentment toward their circumstances, questioning why others are blessed while they struggle. But if you never made the effort, never took the necessary steps, how can you complain? Seeking provision does not contradict trust in the divine. Rather, true trust means taking action while keeping your heart attached to the source of all sustenance, not to the means themselves. Sitting at home claiming to trust in providence is not trust, it is passivity. Think about how many hours you spend at work, often 8 or more daily. Some people leave for work and return having gained nothing of spiritual value because they worked solely for worldly gain. Others might even return with negative consequences, having gossiped, cheated, or neglected their duties because they lacked divine awareness. But another person might return from the same worldly job having earned spiritual rewards. How? Through intention. When you intend that your work will strengthen your spiritual devotion and keep your heart attached to the Creator rather than to people, your ordinary job becomes an act of worship. Additionally, intend to demonstrate good character through your work. Every job involves interaction with colleagues or customers, creating countless opportunities to practice noble conduct. When you leave home with the conscious intention to display excellent character, you accumulate immeasurable spiritual merit. Good character is described as the heaviest thing on the scale of deeds on the day of judgment. Furthermore, intend to benefit others through your work, because every profession serves society in some way. The doctor heals bodies, the teacher educates minds, the spiritual guide revives hearts and souls. This is the work of prophets, and the craftsman, merchant, farmer, and civil servant each serve essential functions. Without dedicated professionals, people's affairs would fall into chaos. When you intend your work to benefit others, you become among the most beloved to the divine, those who are most beneficial to people. Consider how these intentions transform your workday. Those 8 hours shift from mere worldly pursuit to spiritual accumulation. A small action magnified by noble intention becomes tremendous, while a seemingly great action shrinks when devoid of proper motivation. This is why the prophetic teaching emphasized that working to maintain your dignity is superior to begging from others. When you approach your profession this way, every moment becomes meaningful, every interaction purposeful, and every effort spiritually rewarding. May we all be forgiven and granted mercy, along with our parents and all believers living and deceased.